Before I start, I just want to circle back a little bit. 35 plus years as a volunteer firefighter. While they stand up again, I think everybody's got to be this has to be. Some of the people in this room haven't seen it. Thank you, my friend. Much appreciated. It's been 3 years since we've had the opportunity to celebrate our staff and our volunteer firefighters. That occurred a few weeks after the summer at Chuckay, and our community was still healing from that event. Since then, we've faced a lot of changes, and we've had our victories and our losses. The COVID pandemic has been taxing, it has been exhausting, and this past year it has exposed some significant flaws in the programs and services that we take for granted. Organizations created to provide us with health and safety have failed in their duties. And worse, they've failed their own frontline workers. They failed to provide the resources that would allow their own staff the ability to provide the services they promised to all of us. And when provincial organizations fail, that burden shifts on the municipalities. And shifted this last year to the town at high level. This happened during the Chuckay wildfire when the province asked the town to coordinate the response to the fire because it was unable to do so itself. This past year we saw provincial responsibility shift to the town, and the majority of that burden was placed on the high-level fire department. Our local healthcare and emergency service providers were hard-pressed to provide the services that they tried to provide, and they had little support from the provincial employers. And when they could no longer provide those services to our community, the task passed to the members of the high-level fire department. You, as staff and volunteers, have stood on the front line. You have continued to protect and serve the town at high level and the surrounding region and its communities. You have persevered in your duties to protect not only our residents, but the hundreds of our neighbors who were displaced to our community by natural disaster. Your contribution to this community has been substantial and it has been significant. Your contribution is not passed unnoticed. The Town Council has made a commitment to create long-term planning for our community. Planning with a vision to avoid the shortcomings of our provincial and our federal counterparts. Planning for community growth and planning to facilitate that growth. Planning in roads, parks, walkways, recreational facilities, and emergency services. Part of the planning is to ensure that our community is not left stranded when another level of government fails at its own duties. I'm certain that a few of you have been on a medical response call this year. Okay, I guess Scott did do them all. I'm also certain that you experienced the frustration of being told to wait for an ambulance that was 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 60 minutes, while you're at the side of the road giving care to somebody who is in need. Your frustration at that lack of support and the response has not gone unnoticed. That is why Council purchased Rescue 2 as a medical first response unit. The addition of this unit won't decrease the wait times or increase the much needed health care and the response personnel, but it will ensure you the ability to assist someone not out in the elements, not on a hot tarmac or in a freezing snowdrift, but in the relative comfort during those extended wait times. Council has made a commitment to identifying the needs in our community and addressing the needs within the resources available. Rescue 2 is an example of the Town Council's dedication to the needs of this community and the needs of those who tirelessly serve that community. On behalf of the town at high level, I want to thank you for your dedication to the people of these communities, for the service you provide to the town at high level, and for making the difference you make every day. Thank you.